So I'm going to tell you a little story. It's called the Rabbit Ritual. So where I used to work, there used to be a lot of symbolism there. I'm pretty sure it was a Masonic lodge, or perhaps it was, and then it was converted into something else. I won't say what I did there, what the job was. It wasn't being a fucking Freemason before you say it. But yeah, a lot of symbolism, checkerboard floors, um, portraits of people throwing up different hand gestures and stuff. That's not the point. The point is that they had this huge hill behind it. Lots of countryside, and I used to have these long breaks. So I would go over there in the summer and just enjoy the peace and quiet. This one particular time I went over there, I found a field inside a field. I don't know how else to explain that. It was like hidden away, and I've been going over there for you know about a month every day on my break. It's just calming, soothing, you know. And I'd never ever noticed this little hidden patch of land. So I climbed through the hedge from one field into another, a smaller version of the one before. That was a lot bigger, and I saw these four circles on the floor of scorched earth, scorched grass, scorched mud. Yeah, perfectly aligned. One, two, three, four, and almost to call the corners. You see where I'm going with it a bit. Yeah, north, south, east, west, or even earth, air, fire, water. Um, Strange little twigs that had been wrapped and sewn together in each of the sites, the circles. Um, I was only just starting to get into all this stuff at that point. I didn't really know what to think. I didn't really think much of it because I didn't know. Um, but then from that field, I noticed another entry to an even smaller field. Strange, like Russian fields, Russian doll fields. Um, so I walked into the third field and I found a rabbit, a dead rabbit, stretched out on the ground, and it had had its eyes removed. Perfect precision, you know, because the one thing that most would think would be, well, it's obviously a fox or a wolf or a dog. No, it fucking wasn't. Not unless they had a scalpel. Perfect. One, two, you know. Canines rip things apart. There would have been nothing left of it, or at least a patch of blood on the patch of grass. No, it was done with meticulous precision. Um, its anus was also bleeding. and it had been spaced out in a very unnatural way, placed out in a very unnatural way, obviously specific, deliberate, purposefully. I was stunned, I was shocked, and as I was trying to work out what I was looking at, because to me an animal holds the same value as a human, if not more, because they truly are innocent. They are innocence incarnated. I'm looking down at this thing, and this other thing's looking down at me. I felt it. Didn't hear it, didn't see it, I felt it. I looked round, there's a dog in the field before me. It's sitting there, completely, utterly, entirely still, staring me down. Big black dog, pointed ears, and all of a sudden, it sprints for me, and it goes as fast as I've ever seen a dog go. Right for me, right through the middle of this field, right through the patches of scorched earth. I didn't know what to do, so I just stood there. I was like a deer in the headlights of the eyes of the dog, and it's coming for me. And just as it gets this close, it darts around me and runs into the field with the dead rabbit in it. I'm shaking like that. I turn around, I look, dog's gone. Rabbit's still there, dog completely gone. No owner calling it, no owner for it to be called to. Vanishes. It stayed with me, it played on me what I'd witnessed. And next day, woke up, got ready for work. I'm walking there. Just before I get there, I see, which I can only presume to be a different rabbit, because the one that I found hadn't perished, it hadn't decomposed. So that told me, Detective Sorrow, that it must have been a fresh kill. Sorry, let me rephrase. It wasn't the day after. This is my point. It was a couple of days after. So it wouldn't have looked the same way, is my point. There's a fresh one a few days after. I'm walking to work, almost get there, fresh one, laying there. I don't know if that was for me because of what I saw, because these two fucking rabbits, I don't know what they saw, but it was the exact same practice on this new, fresh, freshly killed rabbit. Eyes were missing, anus was bleeding. They say you take the eyes to make yourself invisible, and I can only presume the secondary laceration wound was sexual in nature. Yeah, I don't know if it was a warning. Nothing's happened since. This was years ago now, but it always stayed with me and it always played on me. Um, I wonder what them rabbits saw before they were made to never see again. Witchcraft is real, brothers and sisters. Magic is real. And these people, if you can fucking call them people, will use it to suit their means, to suit their ends, and to suit themselves. All magic is a hack. They're hacking the environment. It's actually very fucking scientific. rather than mystic. It's happening. It's happened, and it will continue to all around us unless we bring ourselves to a place where we can place them somewhere where they can't bring this shit in. This is our lives we're talking about. If they can do that to an animal, just think what they can do to a fucking human being. Think what they could do to a child. That gives them the most. Why would they stop with a rabbit?